Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the channel of Get Educational Help. My name is Abdul Haseeb and I will be teaching the course of Embedded Systems from now on. I am thankful to Mr. Kumail Bhatt for providing me a platform for teaching this course. So let's get started. What is an embedded system? We will break this into two words, embedded and system. Obviously, embedded means something fixed onto a place, and system is a group of components that work independently to serve a bigger purpose. In case if you are working on an electronic system or a mechanical system, then these units will be electronic components or any machinery respectively. So commonly we can say that an embedded system is a system which has a microcontroller with a software embedded in it. Why we use the word microcontroller? Because why we don't use the word microprocessor or central processing unit CPU is because microprocessor runs on a specific set of instructions that make a complete loop and are again executed again and again, and these type of instructions have a specific operation. It contains a specific set of programs that is burned separately into the memory of the microcontroller. This is a serial to TTL device, and this is a separate AVR program burner, which helps us to program different kinds of AVR. As you can see, there are given slots. So this is an AVR chip, and there are different controllers and different models of the controllers as per our requirements, as per the speed we want or the clock speed we want. And this is an Arduino Nano. And hopefully most of the people here that are taking this course are aware of this Arduino. So what happens that these when we program these microcontrollers, a special set of instructions are burned into this the memory of Arduino or any microcontroller, and the code which is burned into that memory, it runs on a loop until or unless the controller is separated or it is turned off, or any type of interrupt that comes in the way. And we will also touch the topic of interrupts later in this course. There are different kinds of microcontrollers that are used to design embedded systems, such as Arduino boards, AVR controllers, ARM processors, PIC controllers. These microcontrollers are present in different types of packages in the market, like through-hole or surface mount technology, and are bought as per the requirement. Among these, ARM processors are the fastest and most expensive. They are used in many smartphones nowadays also. Components of an embedded system. Embedded system consists of two major components, hardware and software. Then hardware is subdivided into further components, analog components, converters, and digital components. Analog components are actually sensors and actuators. Sensors are typical electronic hardware that collect data in analog form. For example, a temperature sensor, a pressure sensor, or any moisture sensor. And actuators are components that use analog signals to perform mechanical functions like DC motors or a servo motor. Then comes the converters. Converters are the middle part of, or we can say, a bridge between analog components and digital components. Because a processor or a controller, it understands the language in digital form, therefore it has to be converted in ones or zeros. So the converters, they convert analog signals to digital components, digital signals, and vice versa. They can also convert digital signals to analog signals for the use of actuators, we can say. And after converters, there comes the digital components. Processors, we can generally use the term controller, memories, buses, application specific integrated circuits, for example any logic gate or any operational amplifier op amp. So on the other side, there on the other side, in software components, there are two major components, or we can also summarize it in one. Because first is RTOs. It is real time operating system, and other is a small program. Normally in mini microcontrollers, RTOs is not operated, therefore we use the small program occasionally. The workflow of an embedded system is pretty easy. In the start, a sensor collects raw data in analog form. Then an analog to digital converter converts it into digital signal and conveys it to the processor. The processor fetches the program instructions from the ROM and performs related operations. If the performed calculations have to drive an actuator, then these signals, digital signals, have to be converted to analog by using a digital to analog converter. Sometimes, when the data is to be stored in the memory, it is directly stored after the conversion or before the conversion if we need raw data. So it depends on the conditions. These are some brilliant examples of embedded systems. A camera consists of an image sensor and a related circuitry and an operating system for visualizing the pictures. A toy robot also consists of servo motors for its limbs, which are driven by a special continuous loop program. Similarly, each button on a washing machine has a specific operation. A robotic arm programmed to pick and spray in industries. CCTV cameras, smart health bands, Bluetooth operated lock, optical mouses, a cooking microwave oven which performs different cooking procedures at various temperatures with different buttons, and a drone which is controlled wirelessly by a remote and performs different functions by pressing different buttons. Now let's talk about what is an embedded system and what not. A washing machine and a robotic arm, as explained previously, are a perfect example of an embedded systems. Nowadays in washing machine we can time the washes, adjust the wash style, how much rigorously we want to dry the clothes just with a button. Similarly, a robotic arm are uploaded with a program which performs same operation in a loop, only learning it one time. They both are embedded systems as they perform specific operations. But what about smartphones and PCs? They are not embedded systems. But why? Let's go ahead. How can we differentiate between a PC and any embedded system? A PC does not perform any specific functions, rather it performs multiple functions in one time. This means it does not run any program in a loop. This is not an embedded system. Also, in an embedded system, mostly only ROM is present for the storage, whereas a PC or a smartphone has multiple memories for different tasks. The motherboard of a PC consists of various embedded systems like a GPU, intelligent power supply, a powerful CPU, an SSD or HDD, and different peripheral devices. So we can say that a PC or a smartphone are not an embedded system, rather they are a group of embedded systems. Thank you everyone for your time. See you again in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.